That's so funny because like I remember being a young child and the conversation of my mom not letting me listen to music in the house. It wasn't like Creed or rock. My friend lent me a Tupac CD.
Oh
Oh
God.
wow.
And so I'm blasting it, and this is it wasn't
California
it was on
love.
my stereo, not my CD player when I was like 9. And she
Yeah.
came in and she was like, "Not until you're older can you listen to Tupac." And I don't think
And
it
you're
was
like,
I don't
it's
think it was
appropriate for everybody. And then he's like, Mama said not to stop till you bust a nut. You're like,
and it's like I never understood it then, but net like being older now, I'm like, I get that. I probably wouldn't let Jensen just jam, on a stereo at 9 years old some Tupac. He could do it in
If
the car
Bobby
with
started
me.
listening to Biggie, I'd be okay with it.
look, I
Biggie's
gotta.
Biggie's different. Biggie's slightly different because it's a little bit more safer for children than Tupac was.
And plus, I think
Notorious.
Bobby's way too like badass for you to even stop him. Like you're gonna be like, don't listen to Tupac, Bobby, and he's gonna be
Bobby's
like,
Bobby's gonna start
Thug
listening to Wu
life.
Tang and
Bobby life.
Bobby ain't nothing to fuck with, Rob.
Yeah, Bobby
Hey,
Bobby Bobby's not listening to no Tupac and Biggie. He's got
Yeah.
the woo in the background.
Yeah, Killer Bees on the rise with Bobby.
Welcome to Descendant Society.
But these are fictional characters. Fictional characters. Am I getting broody?
Ready to see a grown-ass man cry about some Star Wars and Space Wizard?
You shall have my
Tom Bombadil walks up and he's basically like, "Boy, get off him!" And the tree's like, "Oh my bad."
Let's all have a good time and have fun.
All right, hello and welcome back to the Centerway Society. The holiday special that matters. The only holiday special that matters. Life Day. The Star Wars holiday special. I'm going to keep on saying it, Rob. I can see you cringing. You're not saying shit. All right. So once again, I am joined by Rob, the last podfather himself, the hope of the galaxy.
You know what? I'm really getting tired of you shitting on Christmas. Just for that, I am dragging you everywhere and making you participate in Donnelly family Christmas events
I will not enjoy it.
just so you can get into the holiday spirit.
He'll be there, but he just won't enjoy it.
That's okay. I have a lot of
He's
family
gonna
to
have
visit.
he's gonna have the face of content.
No, him and Bobby both are just gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, take that, Rob.
No, Bobby likes Christmas, so
Oh, Bobby's gonna
Oh.
beat you.
All right. Well,
All
okay, let me finish my fucking
Yeah,
introductions.
yeah.
All right.
Let him.
Okay. Jordan, the guy who always gets his man. But no disintegration this time.
Fair.
All right, you see where I was going with that,
I
right?
see where you're going. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a bounty hunter, like a Mandalorian.
I'm fine
Or
with that.
a non-Mandalorian.
Yeah, you could be
Something
whatever
like
you
that.
want now. Yeah.
He's not wearing a helmet.
Mandalorian Jedi.
Yeah.
If Sabine
Why couldn't it be a
can be a
woman
Mando
DeLorean?
Jedi.
Yeah.
Woman All
right.
And
And- Last but not least, the scoundrel with a heart of gold that always shoots first. Just ask his wife. James.
Oh yeah.
That was a good one.
I can't help it. She's just too hot.
If there's ever a time to tell Tony, like, hey, yeah, the show wasn't that good this week. Maybe don't listen to this one.
Hey, I do have a holiday joke for you guys since
Go ahead.
Thanksgiving's next week.
Are you gonna really steal my thunder?
Yes,
talk
real
about
quick, just real
Thanksgiving?
quick. It's
It is
Thanksgiving. Hold
Life
on.
Day, sir. Well, it's tomorrow.
Hold
Tomorrow's
on.
Life
Hold
Day.
on. Well, yeah, we're recording on Thursday, so
Yeah.
we're a week away from Thanksgiving. But what did the turkey say to the farmer?
Don't murder me.
Gobble, gobble.
Why is my calendar clear after November?
That's pretty good.
What a morbid too. Holy shit.
A little disturbing.
I got to do dad jokes. I mean, that's what the keys and dad jokes.
Okay.
It's for my
Keymaster.
fans. It's for my
Yeah.
fans.
Your fans? Who are your fans?
Cameron.
It's his OnlyFans.
It's
Oh, God.
it works, but hey, Cameron, Jared, and Amy, how y'all doing? Keep sending the memes to Dustin.
What the fuck?
What? You mad because I still remember their names?
Yes, I am. Yeah. don't ever give me any feedback. They give you some feedback. Yeah, I see how it is.
That's because you got normal hair.
All right. Well, let's not forget the reason. Shut the fuck up. All right. Let's not forget the reason for the season. It is Life Day tomorrow, right? Did anybody watch the holiday special, or do you know of the holiday special?
Okay.
No of.
I started watching the holiday special earlier today.
It's ass.
Mhm.
I got about 10 minutes in and I was like, nope, I can't do this.
Okay.
Preach, yeah. Like even just the quality is just so out there, man. I mean, I get that it's like
Mark
back in-
Hamill as
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker.
The Star
Harrison
Wars?
Ford as Han Solo.
That was pretty good.
Carrie Fisher as Leia. No, it was bad. It was really bad 70s TV, and I just couldn't deal with it. So
It is one of the worst Star Wars products or pieces of content, I guess, ever produced. And
Well,
it's
so-
kind
I
of
wouldn't-
just
I
this
wouldn't go-
anomaly.
I wouldn't just label it as like only Star Wars content worst produced.
Yeah.
Maybe like any
worst
piece of
nerd.
content created for a franchise.
You
That's
could just
fair to
it's
say, right?
The worst piece of content created. And
It is-
you wouldn't be far off.
It is so bad that the creator said it will never be seen on television, theaters, or any form of media again. And the only
Except
reason
on
we were
YouTube.
able to find it was because somebody recorded it and put it on YouTube.
That is true. It is very hard to find the little Boba Fett cartoon though. For some reason that gets flagged specifically. It's really odd.
Really?
Fun little fact. I don't know why. Yeah.
interesting.
So this is kind of like a weird anomaly. I've noticed this as a Star Wars fan. Anytime anything Star Wars ever gets created,
People
It
hate
always-
it at first.
well, that too. That's not wrong. But it always tries to like add some new piece to the lore. And that's kind of what we got here, right? Lucas came out with like in 77 Star Wars New Hope came out.
Mhm.
And it was one of the biggest things ever, right? And
Mhm.
he pulled some shenanigans and got the rights to it and the toy rights and everything like that. And they came to him with the proposition, let's do a holiday special. And he was like, well, I'm kind of busy. You guys can do it if you want. But I've been writing my ass off recently. And I have this lore about Kashyyyk and Chewie's family. Here, if you can do something with that, go for it, right? That's how we got the holiday special. When you think about it, on paper, this just sounds like a schlocky, kind of stupid experience to watch, right?
And it
It's
was.
The whole thing.
Come on.
No,
The
Like, here-
grandfather is probably. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this out there. Chewie's dad belongs in Halloween, not a Christmas special. That was one of the scariest looking things I've ever seen.
Would you
It
say
is.
would you say anytime that Lucas relinquishes rights to Star Wars, it's always done poorly?
Almost.
Trapping
I
them,
don't know if that's
trapping them,
true.
trapping them.
No. Okay, think about it, right? Empire did really well, and he had someone else direct it and do quite a bit of work on it. He had the involvement of writing it and stuff, but it was a lot of the production team.
But do you think he wasn't there every day on set? Do you think he didn't nudge the director and was like, maybe you don't want to try this?
I really don't think he did. Like,
think
in
he
all
did.
honesty, I think this is almost kind of the downfall of Star Wars right here. I think he realized that if he's too hands off on a project, it ends up like the holiday special. Because what did we get after the original trilogy, right? We get the prequels, and he had 100% involvement in that. And people hated that for a long time.
That's because they were just unhappy that Star Wars did anything
Yeah.
like Star Wars fans do.
You're not
Just
wrong.
cranky about everything.
I wonder if there were fans in like the 80s that when the original trilogy concluded, they're like, this is the Star Wars shouldn't even be doing anything anymore. This is just bullshit. The story's not good. Why would they develop characters like this? Wah. Luke's a Mary Sue. Wah.
I don't know. You think so?
They have
think,
to
like-
like some degree. At least one guy, right?
You think there was like an original fan that started
Has
off
to
as a
be.
shitty fan?
Has-
Like,
There has to be, right?
that's amazing if that's true.
Someone had to be mad at it, right?
There's one guy who just watched A New Hope. He's like, this is the biggest piece of shit I ever watched in my entire life.
Wait.
And
Did
then
you just
Empire
watch it
came
for the
out.
first time.
No, I'm talking about like when it first came out.
Oh.
And then Empire came out. He's like, oh, that was the biggest piece of shit ever.
They're trying to
But I'm
make
going to go
it
see it anyway.
serious.
What if
It's not
what
as
if
He
fun
just
as
stuck
the
with
first
it.
one.
what if
all
that yeah
all
what
the
if,
movies, all the shows, and
oh,
everything.
no, even
just
funnier.
hate watches it.
What are the odds that there's one person, just one singular person, that was born and around when the original trilogy came out, hated it, then the prequels came out, hated it, but then we got to the sequels and they're like, this is Star Wars.
This is great.
They peaked. They can't do any better.
Kathleen Kennedy is a god.
If
Yeah,
I didn't need
she's
Viagra,
saved.
I'd have a boner.
You should rename it Kennedy Films.
Yeah. Thank God she's here to take this garbage franchise. Yeah. But okay, but think about it, right? On paper, this does not sound like the worst thing in the world, right? It is,
A holiday special?
well, it's a holiday special. People generally seem to like those even if they are bad, right? But it's about Chewbacca, and he has to return to his family, which he has neglected because he has
For
a
life
life
debt.
debt to
What a Wookiee.
the Han. He has to return to his family and he has to celebrate Life Day, and then he can fuck off and be a bad dad again for 3 years. Which, honestly, I just thought about this, right? Okay, napkin math, right? Every 3 years, and I think they changed it to once a year at some point. That would land on this year, right? If it's every 3 years, it'd be no, right?
No.
No?
No,
No.
it's kind of because so it'd be like 3, 6, 9, 12. So that would be
All right, who's got a calculator?
So it would actually been 2021 if we were starting like 2000.
So it'd be next year.
Yeah,
Hold on.
like say you started in 2000, it'd be
2,
2024.
3 divided by.
Why are we dividing?
No, it would have been in 2020. If it's every 3 years, if we start out at 0, if we start out at perfect 0, and we go once every 3 years, then the last Life Day would have been last year. It would have been the 674th Life Day. So it would have been 2022.
674th.
If we start at year 0, if just because we're in year 2023 in theory, if we start at year 0 and it's every 3 years, then it would have been last year. 2023 divided by 3
12.
is 674 and 1/3.
What if we started 0 ABY?
Okay. Anyway, all this math is hurting my head, and I want to talk about Space Wizards.
I hate math.
You
Or
started
their
it,
friends.
man.
Okay, well, my bad. I'm too dumb to
Let's do
comprehend.
some napkin math real fast.
The only
Okay.
person who fails harder at math than me is my sister-in-law.
But
Oh, I'm sure he's talking shit to somebody in the other room right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
My sister-in-law just got home.
All right. Well, anyway, right? So the general premise is that Han is trying to get Chewie back to see his family, and like I said, he's going to neglect them and everything like that. This is all lore that George Lucas had come up with, and he was trying to put it in Empire, and it did not work out. And he's like, I don't know what the fuck to do with this. And he's like, here, you guys do something with it.
side story.
Right.
Wait,
And
he was trying to stick Life Day in Empire?
he was trying to stick like all the Wookiee lore into Empire. Like he was going to bring up Kashyyyk and stuff like that, and it didn't work out with like where they were going to
I'm a
go
little
with the
disappointed
story.
that it didn't.
Well, think about it. There's a long history of Lucas trying to shoehorn in the Wookiee lore at some point, right? He tried to do it in Empire, it didn't work. He tried to do it in Jedi, and it didn't work because they couldn't get the costumes. That's why we get the Ewoks,
Yeah.
right?
Can,
Then
can
he
we,
does.
can we pause real quick? James, do you have something there with you?
It's a
Is that
cat,
a cat?
right?
I was
Yeah,
going to
this
say,
is
I
gonna
thought that
get
was a
Jane-
cat tail.
His name is Venom.
Okay. I was just like,
Venom.
I got distracted by something like wagging around on your. And I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, Venom just jumped up in my lap. He just got in the house too.
All right, sorry. Continue, Jane. Dustin, I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's all right.
I got distracted by a cat.
You sound like Jamie.
Well,
He does get
my dog's
distracted.
asleep. So, anyways, continue. Sorry, apologies.
No, it's all right. The last thing I was just gonna say on that was just he just keeps on trying to shoehorn in Wookiee lore into stuff. Like, think about it, even in the prequels, right? They're
Yeah.
doing their own shit. And they're
They
like,
are
Well,
doing
they
all
brought
this shit.
in the Wookiees in the what was it? Revenge of the Sith.
in the
You
second
got to
No,
see
it was,
Yeah,
it
Kashyyyk.
was it was it was Attack of the Clones.
yeah, Attack of the Clones, because remember they're off doing their own shit. And Keanu Mooney's like,
I thought
dude, what about the fucking Wookiees?
Yoda was attacked on
Well,
Kashyyyk
I think
when
they
he
bring
was
them up in
helping, and that
Attack.
was in Revenge of the Sith.
I think they bring them up
'Cause
in
that was Order
Attack, and then they're
66.
on Kashyyyk in the movie.
Mhm.
So episode 2 they're brought up. Episode 3 you're there.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
long
sorry.
story short, he wrote all this stuff and he wanted something done with it, right? He didn't have time, so he put it in somebody else's hand.
Well, that was
This
bad.
is 1978 when this comes out, and variety shows are tanking at this point, right? Like all the big
Left
ones.
and right. Yep.
Yeah, nobody's doing them anymore, and these are big studio execs, and they're like, they have that old mindset. They're out of touch, fingers off the pulse and shit, and they're like, variety show. That's where we go. And it's like 30 minutes worth of content, and they were going to stretch it out to an hour. But Star Wars had done so well in 1977, everybody wanted part of it, and they needed more and more time to add stuff into it. So it went from 30 minutes to an hour to 2 fucking hours of content to add in more ad space.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we get
insane.
the holiday special.
Like
That's
that dancing
that's-
shit at the
That's
beginning.
the moment.
where
That's the moment where the angry fandom comes from.
Kind of, right?
It could be, yeah.
The whole thing is a nightmare, right? All these people in this movie, you know, they're important now and stuff, but you think about it, they got famous because of Star Wars, but they're still not famous enough to say they don't want to do stuff.
Yeah.
So you have
Especially in the
Han
70s.
Solo, who is reluctantly there. He has never wanted to be in Star Wars.
He never wanted to be Han.
Yeah, he kept on trying to kill himself. In the second one, he's like, I'm not doing it no more. I'll fuck it out.
He did kind of
Get,
seem like
get me out of here.
from the little beginning there, it did kind of seem like he was
Carrie Fisher, right? She's just high out of her mind.
Oh,
and she's
God, yeah.
like, you know what? If I do it, I'm singing. That's actually a quote I found that she was like, look, if I'm doing this, like I want to start a music
I want a
career.
musical number.
Yeah, I'm singing, you know? It's fucking awesome. Mark Hamill, on the other hand, was like, I'm not fucking singing.
That tracks.
Was he wearing like just a really bad wig in that?
No, so interestingly enough, he looks weird, right?
Yeah.
You know why that is?
Why?
He got into a pretty severe car wreck.
Well, yeah, but I thought it like I didn't think his face looked all fucked up or anything like that. It was just it seemed like his hair just looked all sorts of jacked up.
It happened right after that. That's why you get the scene in Empire at the very beginning where he gets
Yeah.
injured.
I was watching
And so-
Empire last night, so
Yeah, but this happened right after that.
okay,
Yeah.
that doesn't explain how his hair's all jacked up.
Maybe he just had really fucked up hair. I don't know.
Maybe,
Rob.
yeah,
Well,
maybe
just-
hair and makeup was drunk that day, Rob.
It was bad. It was just bad.
Yeah.
Because like it's right at the beginning where they're doing like the introductions to all the characters are like, and Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker, and they just show him and his face passing by, and I'm like,
It's
that
like
doesn't
this,
look like Luke Skywalker.
It's like this is the person who plays Luke Skywalker, but he kind of looks like the guy that's playing Cockknocker.
well, that kinda-
Why he look weird? Yeah.
It definitely goes to the point where we were talking about like the production.
yeah.
Is like the whole first 10 minutes is just like weird.
Dude. Okay,
Like it's
James,
like it's
I
a
need
really
your
bad sitcom.
I need your participation here.
Oh boy.
Okay, we start off this holiday special with Han and Chewie,
Yeah.
right? If I remember right.
Yeah.
And then it goes to at that point in time, like unspecified Wookiees in a house, and there's literally 10 minutes of unsubtitled. James, give me some Wookiee noises.
Hold on, hold on.
Come on,
Excuse me.
uncomfortably long. Rob, join in. You're good at it too.
That's all
right.
It is
See-
completely unexplained.
It really was very. That's where I kind of
Yeah.
lost touch with it. I
Rob
was just
brought
like,
up a good point.
I can't do this. Why is if there was like a translation to where I'd know what the hell they were talking about? Like I know they're speaking and they're like pantomiming and pointing to things, but at the same time, you don't know what they're saying. You don't know the context. It's just so weird.
It
You know,
is.
you know
I
what
think
I'm
that's
glad
why-
they never did though? They never made you understand Chewie and be like, it's because you can understand him now. Like they did with Groot. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is
This
this.
all of a sudden you can understand. Yeah.
That's why I feel like they've always got Chewie with somebody because they can understand him and they're able to kind of like translate for him. Like, yeah,
It's kind of like in
they
How I
did
Met
do
Your Mother.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, they're
Yeah.
right, Space Bear. Let's go this way.
Yeah.
You're
Like
you're
James.
right.
James,
They
hit,
did say that. You know.
hit me with a Wookiee noise. James, don't say that. That was vulgar. You're gonna get canceled.
God, James. James.
Like
Why
that.
would you say that about your mother?
Yeah, you need
'Cause it's-
somebody else there to bounce off of. It doesn't work otherwise.
Yeah, 'cause
But
the-
for some reason, they just decided to have Wookiee noises.
James, one more time. Why would you say that about Tawny? She seems so nice.
You dug your own grave on that one.
she's mean to me. She beats me and stuff.
Yeah, you probably deserve it.
Yeah.
Wink once if you're telling the truth. Wink twice if you're telling a lie.
We'll get you
Oh.
to Virginia. It's okay, James.
Hey, we do.
Oh.
Oh, never mind. Let's get off track.
We really are.
Yeah.
Oh,
So Life Day.
Yeah,
Life
Life
Day.
Day. We're still talking about Life Day. Oh my god. Okay. So to stretch this out, they have so many weird instances of like mildly softcore porn that shows up at some point that like Chewie's father just sits there and just kind of watches. And they even said at one point that they were trying to make it as scandalous as possible without like the censors like getting to him and stuff. And then, like my name suggests, we get Jefferson Starship for no goddamn reason. They just show up, and it's
They-
like one
they
of
were
the
popular.
earliest. Was that the earliest music video?
Probably.
No, there's no way because the
1978, right?
no,
Like
no,
when
fuck-
was
fuck that. The Beatles had music videos before that?
They had movies.
they had movies, right? But I don't
They
know
had
if we
movies.
ever got like
they didn't
music
have
videos.
actual music videos.
Wasn't
sure?
Video Killed the Radio Star the first
Video
one?
Killed the Radio Star was the first music video that aired on MTV. But as far as I'm aware, there wasn't like you had like bands playing on like Ed Sullivan and stuff like that back in the 70s and 60s.
Yeah,
And,
they
like,
had to shoot
these-
Elvis from hips up.
Yeah, like these bandstand shows and stuff like that. But I don't think there were like actual music videos per se. Like
I
they
feel
did
like-
short films and stuff for like Sergeant Pepper and things along those lines with the Beatles, but I don't think they did actual legitimate music videos. I could be wrong, but
Well, that's what I'm saying too. Like I feel like this is almost like a precursor to the music video
yeah.
because it's not a
it's-
live performance.
Hold on, it's weird though, because you've got it says right here, technically in 1894.
Oh God. Let's get technical, please.
This is what this is.
It's technical the
It is
fuck out of this.
1894. Joe Stern hired electrician George Thomas and various artists to promote sales of their song "The Little Lost Child." Using a magic lantern, Thomas projected a series of still images on a screen simultaneous to live performance.
Really sus title. Throwing
Right?
it out there.
It really is. But
Jordan,
then-
can you
but-
hit us with a little
But not to mention,
glasses correction?
Michael Jackson had music videos.
He did movies too, like
N-
big,
no,
like,
he
productions.
What was his first music video?
Michael. Well, Thriller would have been one. When did Thriller come out?
Yeah, but that came out in the 80s.
This is 1978.
Thriller
yes.
was 80s?
Yeah. He was in the Jackson 5, sure, but he didn't start his real solo career until the 80s.
I want to say like mid to late 80s.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But yeah, his were always like this big production. They weren't just like a little music.
Oh, yeah. They were like short
mini
films.
movies.
Hold on. Bohemian Rhapsody, 1975.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And it says right here is
this the
generally
real-
recognized as the first ever promotional music video.
Is this just fantasy?
yes, that's why we're
Stuck
talking about Star
in
Wars.
a
landslide. No
Escape from reality. We really need to get better at singing in time.
Open.
That's why I'm not joining in. I'm
Well,
just kind of like mouthing.
The issue is you can't because there's gonna be a tiny amount of latency. If you and I try and sync up, we're still gonna be slightly off because there's
Yeah,
internet
you're
latency.
probably right.
Well, shit.
You cannot in real time. If me and Dustin tried to sing together right now and we thought we were synced and I just let him sing and then sync to him, we would still be off.
Didn't we do a real good job at Carry On My Wayward Son that one time?
I thought we did, but I think that was just
I was
luck.
digging it, dude.
I think it was luck.
like it was one of those moments where I was like, man, Jordan, do we need to like go and record this right now? Like,
we
Can
need
I-
to get in the
Nobody
Can I
said
take us down a
anything,
side
though,
street
and
real quick?
okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So this past Sunday, Caitlin and I have started going to a new church, and they're doing this whole thing where they're taking songs that are popular songs and kind of looking at the
No.
lyrics and seeing like
Making him Christian.
not necessally making them Christian,
Jesus,
but kind of
Jesus,
like
Jesus.
having like biblical implications.
Jesus.
but like just taking it and seeing like how like, oh, you know what, this can mean this. It may not be what the artist said, but the song they did this past week was Carry On My Wayward Son.
So like what I did when I was 13 and listening to Creed, and I was
Yes.
like, he's talking about Jesus, Mom.
Exactly.
Okay.
Anyways,
Cool.
side street done. Apologize.
All right.
So since we don't really have a whole
hold
lot
on,
to talk
hold
about
on,
with
hold
Life
on,
Day.
Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, no.
good.
I still got
No,
some.
hold on.
Oh,
real
you
quick.
can still
I'm
have
like,
shit. I wanted to.
can you give me what the chorus was to Carry On My Wayward Son, Jesus style, please? I need to know.
No, they played the actual song.
They just played the song.
So they're-
okay.
They
like-
played the song, and then it's like, well, Carry On My Wayward Son could be considered like
About Jesus.
not necessarily about Jesus, but,
but
the
about
but
the person.
the prodigals, the parable of the prodigal son.
Yeah.
So in discussing that and how like some of the lyrics may hint, not necessarily hint, but it's just I think it's just an excuse to play popular songs in church because they did "Antihero" by Taylor Swift the week before.
Oh
So
my god.
Can I give a sidebar shout out real quick? Kind
Why
of,
the
it
fuck
goes with,
not?
sure,
it goes with what Rob was saying. So my little sister auditioned for our church worship band last night,
Yeah.
singing, and she made it. So
great,
I
good
gotta
for
say
her.
congrats to my little sister.
Congratulations.
It's not that hard.
I feel
I
like they
couldn't
could
do
have.
it.
I feel like in Carry My Wayward Son, the chorus, they could have added like a last line, and be like, you know, that the first three you're fine, and then be like, won't you praise some more for the? Won't you praise some more? Dun, 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 dun.
No, but when they started playing it, I was like, the first thing I thought about was you
Jesus.
guys. So
Jesus.
due to
Dun,
supernatural.
dun.
I
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
can't hear without.
Yeah.
All right, carry on, Dustin. My wayward son.
All right. Okay, just a little bit of wrap up, right? This is the first introduction to Boba Fett. How cool is that?
Because he's Boba the Fett.
His backpack's got jets.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Although I didn't watch that far. So
Generally, this happens like at the 1 hour mark, and generally people consider that to
Are
be the
checked
only
out
thing
by
that
then?
we. Well, yeah, but it's like the only thing that people care about in this whole goddamn special is that. I don't know. It is such a weird holiday.
Do you think it's
And-
kind of alienating the fact that they did this movie and it's like nice that it's like Star Wars was meant to be taken serious to some degree and have like lore and all this cool stuff going on and Star Wars and there's good, bad, evil, right, all this stuff, and then they're
and then
like
you had this steaming pile of garbage.
holiday special where everybody just gets along and
Well, no,
they might be a little high.
I just realized They get really fucked up, by the
Yeah,
way.
they do.
Okay. Yeah, you guys never watched the end of it.
No.
No,
I haven't even explained the reason for the season. Oh my God.
What is
Right.
Life Day? It's
Life
just-
Day. I'm glad you asked, Rob. Okay. I don't know why I didn't explain this from the beginning.
Probably should have, but
The Wookiees get back together. It was once every 3 years, and then it became once every year at some point. I don't know when, right? But they all show up back on Kashyyyk. They have to be there. They get really fucked up on some psychedelics, and then they enter another realm where they honor the dead and the life that was brought in that year.
And ladies and gentlemen, this was the late 70s.
Psychedelics.
And they wear
that is
really
Life Day.
weird culty red robes.
that's,
And they're Wookiees, so it looks
Don't
especially
drink the
weird.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Life Day, everybody.
Happy
Yeah.
Life Day.
And now it's a
It
canon event.
Sounds
So-
more like a horror movie.
It kind of does. I really wish y'all had seen like at least like the last 5 minutes.
No,
Like, I feel-
I've made it. I want to say the only time I've ever tried to watch, I made about 20 minutes in, and I was like, I'd rather die.
I skipped most of the like songs and stuff. It is just such a weird special. I can't stress that enough. It's like such a special Star Wars event because, okay, think about it as shitty fans, right? People are like, why did they put Jack Black in my Star Wars? Why did they put Lizzo in Star Wars? This isn't Star Wars anymore.
I like
is a-
them. Thought they did
this
a good
This
job.
was great.
But what my point is, right? This is the second piece of Star Wars content to ever come out. We
And
had
they did
fucking
this.
B. Arthur
That's true.
show up. Yeah.
And Jefferson Starship.
Golden Girl.
And Jefferson Starship. Yeah. It's been there since the beginning. You have nothing to complain about.
Yeah, people
I
are going to
gotta-
complain anyway.
Drop the mic.
I got an observation.
Go for it. I'm
This
wrapped
is-
up.
This is like a Ghostbusters Answer the Call type thing. In my opinion. Like this is something that could have been great, but the execution was just done poorly.
Oh,
Like
definitely.
Life Day could have been something where they like, okay, we're in the middle of this war. Like same like in the real world, like we're in the middle of a war, but we still send like the USO over to entertain the troops and stuff.
They're like, we're gonna have one day where we all agree to break bread, and after that, back to murder.
Well, no, you still have like everybody against each other, but like they're off doing one thing, and like there's like a small little truce or something at least.
Yeah. It is kind of amazing though that this celebration started on Kashyyyk in that universe. And obviously this was all made up because of a holiday special and ended up becoming like a thing in Star Wars. But it started on Kashyyyk, spread to the rest of the galaxy, and the rest of the galaxy said, you know what? It's Christmas in November. Happy
Galen
holidays,
says hi, by the
everyone.
way.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Tell her I said whales are mid.
Oh.
You're no longer a favorite pod son.
What's he doing?
He's waiting for you not to.
I'm not telling her that.
Yeah, okay.
Be
All right.
excommunicated from the family.
I'm sorry. I take it back. Tell her I
You're-
said I'm sorry.
He's
You're-
gonna like big
Yeah.
macaroni art well now.
You're excommunicado, man.
And if you like this stuff,
You can't do
find
this
us-
right before Life Day, Rob. I'm sorry.
We don't celebrate Life Day. We celebrate Christmas.
We will celebrate Life Day for you.
It's Christmas.
If you wish to be part of the family, we will celebrate Life Day.
Okay,
All
it
right.
starts tomorrow.
It
All right,
starts.
you got your red robes?
It's the
no,
first, it's the
it's
first holiday.
if it's
he
once
was
every
ever-
3 years, we got another 2 years.
no,
before
it's every
Life Day
year
again.
now.
It's
No.
every year now.
It's every year now. You
Since
got to get
when?
your I don't remember, but they started. It's every year now.
It's
need
now
red-
every year. We're
red
doing
robes.
Life Day every year.
Red robes.
All right, I'll get
And
the red
LSD.
robes out.
It was
We'll-
the first holiday his parents ever let him celebrate.
LSD. Rob,
LSD.
we got to get especially fucked up. And we got to think about like all the people we lost and everybody that was born recently.
And if you like this stuff, we don't know why, but if you celebrate Life Day, you can find us over on Facebook at facebook.com/Centerway Society. Any of our streaming platforms, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts. Just look for the Centerway Society. That's us. And this was our Life Day extravaganza. Dustin's favorite episode of the year that is not also Star Wars month. So we're talking about horror directors or horror movies or whatever else Dustin likes to do.
Horror movies.
Horror movies.
Oh, the horrors.
We will be back next week with the beginning of my favorite time of year, where we will be going back into the Christmas season, and we will have our official tree lighting ceremony. And I am just so excited for all of you to be a part
Just want
of
to
the
say
Christmas season.
that I think it's kind of fucked up. We're skipping Thanksgiving, but whatever.
What Thanksgiving movie do you want to talk about?
We gotta do a movie. Just talk
You
about
just want to talk
Thanksgiving.
about Thanksgiving?
We can be. I can
Do you-
be.
would you
thankful
like
that
to
I have
do-
you three gentlemen to do this with.
Would you like to do a special Thanksgiving episode where we just
No,
talk about Thanksgiving?
I don't want to put that much effort into this.
I'm thankful for Jordan
Boom.
and
Okay,
and
let's
James
end
and
the
Rob.
episode like this, guys. What are you thankful for this year?
Jordan, James, Rob.
Rob,
No, for real.
James, Dustin.
Family
Yeah.
in the podcast, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that so hard, Rob?
So hold on, we're gonna put this on air real quick. Like, all
We
right,
are. This is
So
this is
this-
going on at the end of the episode.
hold
What
on,
are
no.
you guys thankful for this year?
No, legit. Let me be. I'm gonna be like
Let 'em
do it.
as I was told
Do
somebody somebody last night. I don't want to be all emo Philly, but this is like my way to hang out with you guys. Like you guys are legit my best friends, but y'all are 1,500 miles away. So this is my way of hanging out with y'all. I
Yeah.
mean, it's only like an hour a week, but hey, I get to hang out with my best buds. So
Oh,
Dude,
Aw.
I
I've
love
never
that,
literally
man.
met this man in person, and I feel so
really,
happy.
So
Neither have
cool.
I.
I know.
He's just our
But
guy. He's our friend.
Yeah.
If I were to see him, I would give him a hug.
Oh yeah.
Um,
To be fair, I've been around Dustin apparently a lot, and we didn't really start being friends until we started doing the other stuff, and then we started hanging out, and it was just a natural thing.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like I met Dustin for the first time. You guys had me on Firebear for your Father's Day episode. Where I saved you and Jamie from your lack of fathers.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So, and
Yeah.
then like that's kind of where we started being friends. And now look
Oh,
at
yeah.
us. It's
That
like
was-
2 years later.
Look
It means so much to me when you were
are.
like,
Look,
So
at-
now
I'll be
you're
your pod father. And I
now,
was like,
now I'm your
look
pod
at
father.
us. Look at us.
And I take responsibility for you as your pod father.
We made it.
I'm going to cry.
But legitimately, this is probably like Go Ask Your Father lasted for a little over a year and faltered and had its ups and downs and breaks and this, that, and the other. This has probably been the most consistent show I've ever been on or ever produced or put together or talked about or really anything. And this is probably the most fun I've ever had doing a show. And I am
agree,
thankful
man.
for all three of you.
All of the extra editing he's done.
All
Yeah.
the extra bullshit.
I-
So
Yeah, I want to put a special thanks out to Rob
Yeah.
for being like
Yeah,
the
no, for
backbone
real.
of the podcast and like doing everything.
thanks, guys.
Yeah.
No, this has been like I genuinely enjoy recording and I genuinely enjoy doing the editing. And it has gotten to a point where I enjoy it. It is kind of like where I'm like, okay, I can focus on this and just kind of take my brain off of everything else. And so
It's the
this has
same-
been
Same when I
this
do
is-
like my crazy episodes and stuff when I'm coming up with them.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna put this out there. Rob is like legitimately. We come up with episodes and stuff, and then just throw them at Rob. Like,
And
literally.
he shrugs a little bit and he's
And
like, oh
Rob's
my God.
okay, I'll figure out where to stick it. You know,
That's like a nightmare.
yeah. So like, it's like
Phrasing.
okay, we've got like the crazy Harry Potter episodes. Let's do Harry Potter month.
Yeah.
We've got this one, and then like I've got like what 20 episodes in the bag, and I'm like,
Yeah,
he's
I
like,
have
"Hey,
them
do
on
you
a
have-"
list.
I'm like yeah.
I have like 2 episodes set up for January, and after that, I'm like, I don't know what the hell to do. Because we're not like once we head into January, And this is, at this point, you're seeing a little bit behind the curtain before we actually end the episode, because we're still recording for one reason or another.
Oh God.
So like we've been like doing these series over the last several months, like since we did Star Wars month, pretty much. Each month has been like we're gonna do this month, and then this month, and this month. And after we get out of like the Christmas and our year-end review podcast at the end of December, it's just kind of like,
Where do we go from
what do we
here?
feel like doing? Because we have our director's cut with James Cameron that we're gonna do.
Yeah.
And then we have our How Are We Gonna Fix DC episode. And after that, it's just like, we'll figure it out.
We will.
We should do a music episode where we cover from Creed to Z.
AB Creed.
AB Creed.
Anyways, that's it for us. I already told you where you can find us. So we'll see you guys next time, where we are starting our Christmas episodes and our Christmas series. And I will be the holliest and jolliest of people. And my Christmas tree will be on full display. And I'm super excited.
And if you don't give a shit about Christmas,
and if
happy
you don't
Life Day.
Happy Life Day to all.
The
We'll
one
see you next
holiday
time.
that counts.
All right, bye guys. We'll see you next time.